Well, let's talk about it. What led me to become a licensed marriage and family therapist? What has given me more than 20 years of experience in the mental health field? Wow. For one, me being here 20 years in is like, it's hard for me to imagine that too, because I was talking to somebody and I was like, man, I can't believe I've been doing this for more than 20 years. I've been fully licensed as a licensed marriage and family therapist for right at 18 years old. But my mental health background started when I was doing some substitute teaching, to be honest. Well, no, it might have started before that. I was a camp counselor. I forgot during the summer, I did some, I was a camp counselor before I went to college. Oh man, so that's definitely more than 20 years. That could be, man, because you have to do basic counseling classes and basic counseling training. And then when you become a substitute teacher, long-term sub, then I became a teacher. I was teaching in Penetips, Pine Tops, North Carolina. I was teaching and coaching. And I just realized as I was teaching and coaching, I was also teaching and coaching in Atlanta, Georgia too, where I'm from. My former high school, Cross Keys High School by Lenox Mall, if y'all know about it. But it's like while I was doing that, throughout my whole life, you're gonna learn something about yourself, but throughout my whole life, I learned that I always wanted to help people. That's just who I am. Like even now to this day, and until I pass away, I know I always have that desire. Something in me, it gets a sense, that gets a reward, it gets a fulfillment out of saying, man, I can take what I have and what I learned to be a support to somebody else. Like for me, I was like, oh man, that's exciting to me. That makes me feel good as a person. That makes me feel fulfilled and successful as a person. That I can see someone's success from maybe some of the challenges I've had, not just the education. Because I do have the education and the trainings, but at the same time, just for me to see that my life experiences as well mixed in with the training and all that kind of, everything mixed together can actually be a support for somebody else. So yeah, I just was teaching and coaching, and people kept asking me about advice to help their life. And I was like, man, I can give a little bit here, but I felt like I was giving Band-Aids, to be honest. I felt like I was giving these people Band-Aids that would just temporarily help them. And I wanted to go back to school. I wanted to get my license certification and learn how to really do what I like to say, open heart surgery. Actually get in there and suture, do some real deep tissue work, go past the surface and really help people. And so I had a friend, her name at that time, before she was married, we're dating ourselves too, Christy Brown. She was in the marriage and family therapy program at East Carolina University, and she was like, I think you would be great here. I think you'd be awesome. I had just recently gotten married, and I was contemplating, okay, what I want to do. My initial degree is in media production communications with a minor in information systems technology. So I always wanted to do stuff in front of me. I would say, and even when my teacher asked me, she said, "Tell me, when you go to college, what are you going to do?" I said, I just want to talk because I like to talk, and I was good at talking. I said I'm a good communicator, so I'm going to get a degree in communication. So I have a BS in communications too. That media production specialization. So a lot of these things I had no idea, though it was in the works. It was in the works. Like a lot of things I understand about how to do pre-production and production, sound, audio, video, all those kind of things. It's like, like learn how to write a script, do scripts, 20 years ago, it was different. Media has definitely changed. And now you see I'm doing my own productions and developing my own production company. So this is really blowing my mind. But anyway, I went back to school. I was like, man, I've been out of school for a while. I was teaching, and I had an opportunity for this. I was a lateral entry middle school language arts teacher in Pine Tops, South Edgecombe Middle, and I just remember they said, okay, look, you can finish this process, become fully licensed as a teacher, be a language arts teacher. and I was also coaching at the same time, football and stuff. So, and then I got into the program, and they said, there's only 13 of you all to make it. We have small cohorts there at East Carolina, so it's usually 12 or 13. They don't usually go above that. So at that time, so anyway, I was like, well, because I had been praying, and I don't know if y'all believe in prayer and stuff like that, but anyway, that's how I got my life. I don't consider myself a super religious person. I just believe that there's a spiritual aspect of life, and the way I understand that is through my faith, and I consider myself to be a Christian. That's how I define my faith, at least. And I think it's helped me a lot with a lot of other people who also have different faiths. I've been able to work with them, because being spiritual does not always mean religious. Having a relationship with God is about your relationship with God. It's not about a sect type of religion. So that's not what this video is about. I'm not gonna go in there. I told you I could talk. So so anyway, I was just hoping and believing. I said, okay, I want to see the direction. Where should my life go? I'm married, newlywed. And I was like, man, what am I going to do with my life? Because I was trying out for teams and sports and played some arena football. And that's another story, too, about how I understand my life, about purpose. And I had a really intense experience sharing a message one day before a game. And I forgot I was in pads. It was crazy. I'd never forget that day. That was amazing. It was like an out-of-body experience. And the guys were like, man, we got to go to church this week, So that's another part of my life, another aspect of my life, but also what helps me to have a clear understanding of how I have to do this. I'm a therapist because I'm sharing my story, my backstory. So you all see in this video, you don't see I'm not just doing this because he has a degree, he's a goody two shoes, he's a smart guy, whatever, blah blah blah. So you can hear my story, because a lot of times when I do my intro, when I do my video, a lot of times when I'm first meeting clients, it's like an abbreviated version, so I believe they get you get a better understanding of why I'm here. But also, I don't want to spend too much time talking about me. But this is a time for me to talk about me a little bit. I can imagine someone interviewing me, asking me some interview questions, and so sharing about that. I might do a side-by-side of that later, maybe do like a split screen or something. But now, I'm just imagining what I would ask myself if I was looking or screening somebody to say, should this person be my therapist, or what would make them a good therapist, or should I get consultation or counseling from this person? What would be some aspects of their life other than, of course, you can look at my resume, you can look at my credentials, you can look at my certifications. That's part of it. But me as a person, though, that's something that's important to me. Like, let's say I'm looking for a therapist. Of course, a lot of therapists have degrees, a lot of therapists have trainings, a lot of therapists have like those are things that puts you in the game. But what separates you and what sets you apart is your uniqueness. And I'm a very unique person. I've always been unique. I'm drawn to unique people. I've always had an idea of I'm kind of an alien living in this world. It's just, but I am still a part of it. So anyway, so back to the story. So I'm a newlywed, and I have to make a decision. Excuse me, I hit my mic. I'm making a decision, and I'm saying, okay, what do I want to do? Do I want to be a teacher full time, or is this something about this marriage and family therapy thing? Let me get in this program. So I decided, I told the public school system, thank you very much. But the reason why I'm here in North Carolina is to go back to school, get my master's degree in marriage and family therapy, child development, family relations at East Carolina University. So I did it, and it was one of the best decisions I ever made in my life. It was like I was entering into a whole nother level of training for my life, for my life's purpose, and what life meant for me. All the theories that we were reading, all the work that we were doing, even stats, it made sense to me. Like some of the challenging parts of the program was more of me doing the social piece, not necessarily doing the academic piece and the therapy piece. From the very beginning, I was a little bit older. I was like 22, so and some of my cohorts were like, no, I think it was 20 to 23, something like that. Anyway, I wasn't right out of undergrad going to grad. I took 2 years off. Like I said, I was pursuing sports, playing arena ball, stuff like that. So I'm pursuing my dream of being an NFL football player and doing tryouts and all that kind of stuff. And I got married, and I was like, so something, so maybe, that's, I'm also a prime example. You could be a pro at something else too. You're not just a pro at sports. So, but anyway, so as I was going that journey, these other doors opened. But like I said, when I walked in here, life made sense. Therapy made sense. Just the foundation of how I believe was connected to a lot of these things. I was like, man, I thought, and I'm thinking people study this, like, man, this makes so, and it was just clicking, bing, 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 all these bells going off, all the classes, all the psychology, all the child development, everything. Like I say, every single class made so much sense to me. And then it just brought out things that were in me. That was the thing I think was so impressive for me. Like, it's amazing how it was things that were like lying asleep and dormant in me that came out. And so when I got my degree, at the same time, there's like an experience that you have, I think, when you are a pro or a professional at something, when you become a professional, a career person, like you figure, like, what is your path? What are you going to do? And while I was in the program, I had great experiences working with the school system. Oh man, working in community support, working in the hospitals, developing programs, developing curriculum for wellness programs. Like, oh man, so many things. I was like, wow, bing, bing, bing. Like I said, so much stuff that I'm still using to this day, I promise. Everything I learned in my program, I am using, and I've used, and I've added on to it. Something I've added is ASAM assessment. That's one of the certifications that I added because there wasn't a big substance abuse push while I was in the program. But I added that too because I was like, I want to do substance abuse assessment, and I'm thinking of adding that. Well, part of the plan is to add that credential on too. So, without me going too far into it though, when I got into the program, I got my degree, first person in my family, they have a master's degree at something like that. So it was just, a lot of things that were happening for me. But one thing I remembered as I was coming through the program, I said, one of the main reasons why, and this is why I'm doing this video, is to share this, is the one reason why I became the therapist that I did, why I took all those electives and had like 4 or 5 internships, and man, I was going nonstop, and I was a newlywed husband, and became brand new father. All this stuff was happening all in my life, but at the same time, it was like it was like a culmination of all these things, and it reminded me while I was doing it, because I said, when I become a therapist, or why I become a therapist, because I don't see me. I don't see me in the profession. A lot of the people that I was serving, and a lot of populations that therapists serve, look like me, and they are me, African American males. If you do your research, you'll see how there's such a large percentage of African American males that are qualified for or designated as high risk for receiving mental health support, mental health services. And I just remember being a hurt, almost broken mentally, emotionally. I don't want to be too deep going to it, because like I said, it's a little bit about me, but not me. But I just remember being hurt as a little kid and not having somebody to go to. I remember feeling like I was alone and isolated and having to feel this weight and this pressure and this stress all on me, and I didn't know who to take it to. And so when I was going through the program and all these things like that, I just realized how I want to become the therapist that I would have wanted. I want to become the counselor, the consultant. I didn't know those words at the time, but I knew I'm doing this because I'm going to sit across from me. I'm going to look at someone that looks like me. And of course, I'm not saying that I don't work, because I work with so many different populations, but that was my motivational force. That was like the drive behind it, that if I was receiving therapy, what kind of therapist would I want? What would be the most effective therapist for me? And I'm so grateful because now I get to live that. And every day I wake up and I hope and I pray and I believe for an opportunity to be able to do that, to be able to be a support for somebody else, to be able to pour into, to take what I've learned, what I've been trained in, the experiences I've had, and certifications or training, whatever you want to call it, all that stuff. I want to bring all of that with me to be a support for somebody else. And I'm very thankful and I'm very humbled at how it's bigger than me. Like I said, I will do this until I no longer have breath in my body. I have to do it. I'm in the process of finishing books and pamphlets and workbooks and, just different literary things. Because there's something too, when I was 12, I fell in love with writing. So songs, music is coming out. I'm telling y'all, it's just so amazing how it's just time for it. All these things are going to come out. So keep your eyes open. I don't know if I'm going to share too much of it, but it's another project I'm working on called Proverbs Productions. There's a lot of things that I'm producing. And it's not necessarily going to have my face with it, but there's a lot of things that I'm creating. And I'm looking forward to doing that, creating more multimedia interventions, more things that can be supports for people that are having different experiences. So yeah, all that's coming. But I'm sharing this to hopefully give you a better understanding of who I am. I hope I've shared some things that's been helpful for you, some things that give you guidance and give you clarity on what would make you choose to have me as your therapist. What would make you sign up for these packages I have the reset, the one-on-one therapy, the consulting, all these different things that I have available. And if you just want to talk to somebody, why would you pay money? Because I guarantee you won't receive therapy the way I do therapy. It's a unique experience because I'm a unique person and I've learned to express myself uniquely and I've learned to use my resources uniquely to support people. And you get all of that. And so that's what makes me valuable and what would make you want to exchange resources to be able to sit and share with me, because I guarantee you there's something either in my life or in your life that will benefit at least both of us. At the very least, it's going to happen is I will add to you and you will add to me. And if you are seeing this, if you're sharing this with somebody, if you're if you're seeing this video for the first time or the second and third time, you just want to hear it, if you're like, man, this dude told me Coach T-Mac. Who is Coach T-Mac? Who is Coach T-Mac? Who is this licensed marriage and family therapist? Who is this military family life counselor? I'm doing a separate video completely for me as a military family life counselor because that story is intense in and of itself. But just for you to get a basic understanding of me as a licensed marriage and family therapist, who is Tomo McMillan? Who is Coach T-Mac? Who is this guy? Why is he doing therapy? Why should I listen to him? Why should I exchange my resources for his gifts and talents? It's because I guarantee you it will improve your life. I guarantee you it will enhance your life. I'll put it in writing. I'll put it whatever you want to say. I can put it there. Now, I'm not saying I'll fix everything. I'm not saying that. Because I'm not God. And also, I know to each his own. It might not help a lot, but I guarantee it's going to help you a little. And I say this is like my tagline. I may not be for everybody, but I am for you. This is Tomo McMillan, Coach T-Mac, everything, Coach T-Mac, T-Mac Coaching on Instagram. You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, everything Coach T-Mac. I'm here. I'm looking forward to you responding. You can email me, tmaccoaching@gmail.com. You can look at the links I have provided and, find me on all social media. But let's take some time to get to know each other. I hope this was helpful for you. I hope this was beneficial for you. And, I'm believing that this has attracted you. I'm believing that this has highlighted some things, it's double clicked some things. It's been an eye-opening video for you. It's definitely helped you gain clarity on who I am and the optimistic perspective I have for life, why I do what I do, what is motivating me, what guides me, and how those perspectives that I share and have and the trainings that I have, just everything is going to be a resource to support you. No matter what you're doing, no matter what you're going through, I know that the world happens, things happen, life happens, and there's nothing wrong with getting support. There's nothing wrong with getting some guidance and some wisdom. If anything, that's why I'm here. I'm letting you know I'm here. I'm availing myself to you. Tomo McMillan, Coach T-Mac, hashtag everything Coach T-Mac, T-Mac Coaching on Instagram and TikTok. So thank you so much. Y'all have a wonderful day. What I used to say all the time, I remember in college when I fell in love with the scripture, Ephesians 3:20, have an exceeding abundantly blessed day. I remember putting it on my voicemail because it was just so amazing to me how no matter what we believe, there's always a higher level that we can believe for. And maybe there might be some challenges that you're having that right now is difficult for you to see on the other side of that. You might not be like, oh man, is it possible? Yes, it is possible. No matter what you're going through, no matter what situation is happening in your life, I will avail myself to be a support for you. Thank you.